Let me read from Bay City Tony on Twitter, on X. What's up, Bay City Tony? Thanks for the follow. He says not only does Hunter Pence need to be in Vegas, he needs to be in the Niner locker room before the game. Sign him to the practice squad. Stat. Hunter Pence is known for a good playoff locker room speech. That's for sure.
Maybe get him in the defensive huddle on the first snap, because that's where it seemed that they needed the most motivation.
Yeah, man, it's such a head scratcher, right? And I know the videos that are bouncing around out there that look like certain players, Chase Young, etc., not hustling. What was it Kyle Shanahan said? He thought it was the worst pursuit that the 49ers had all year long. How's that happen? How's that happen in this game?
Don't know. And it's pursuit is attitude, and defense is effort. And you look at that play, the end around that resulted in the Lions' first touchdown, and you saw a bunch of guys in the secondary who were, kind of lollygagging, and nobody was really selling out to try to stop that run. And next thing you know, a couple of broken tackles, I guess, quote unquote, and it's 7-0.
Here are some things Shanahan said on his conference call about what you're talking about. He was asked if there are any common denominators in the outside run defense against the Packers and the Lions.
Yeah, we haven't done very well has been the common theme on them. But people are going to get the edge when they block down on the defensive end. I thought there was a couple ones. I mean, I thought we did better with the crack tosses. There was a reverse yesterday on the fourth play of the game, one that we do a lot, the one that we call dope. That's a really tough reverse to stop. They pull a guard, they block two people down, which will get the edge. You will pin the DN, which they got with Bosa. They'll block down on the next guy, and then they have a guy kick out. And then you need pursuit on the field. And that play was disappointing to me because I thought our pursuit was as bad as it's been all year. On both the two long runs, we did get the edge, not with the defensive end because they blocked down on them, but we get it with the next guy to turn it back. And when he turned it back, our pursuit wasn't there. And that was the biggest disappointing thing about both those touchdown runs. Okay,
so Kyle Shanahan is looking at the film, and he's not liking it either. And I get it. Not done with these thoughts. He was also asked on those defensive ends crashing down on outside run plays.
Yeah, it depends on which play because they're all different. But the reverse touchdown, it was a pulling guard with a fake away. And so it looks like it's a run away, and the tackle comes down. So you should be crashing down. And then you get the reverse to the wideout going the other way. So they turn back right into the pin block. The ones that immediately happen, they want to go at it, but they're still going to get pinned. I mean, the defensive ends, it's not defensive ends. When you crack down on that, you are getting outside. It's our force player. That could be a cloud. It could be a strong safety in 3 deep. There's different things you can do with that, but that's why there isn't one clean answer. It depends on the scheme, depends on offensively, and depends on the front and coverages you're playing. But for the most part, whoever is setting the edge, which it usually isn't the defensive end. Our defensive ends are setting the edge when people aren't blocking down. But it's our clouds, it's our safeties, and it's the pursuit of the backside. Because when someone does block down, that means someone's picked. And when someone's picked, everyone else can run over the top, and we just have gone crease too much, and we better figure out a way to fix it.
I mean, it is interesting. These are normally the kinds of sound bites you hear when you lose.
Right.
When you lose.
Well, they lost on that play.
You know what I mean?
And they lost on a lot of plays in the first half.
You look at it two ways, though. And I think that this is, for the next 2 weeks, what we're largely going to do. So does this all add up to the 49ers are not playing well? Or your expectations are that the 49ers were so damn good. Look at what they've overcome. So we're sitting here having lengthy conversations where Kyle's using all kinds of words and stuff.
Yeah.
That everyone's like, what the hell's he talking about?
Crack and pin and pull and cloud.
What'd you guys do? There's a cloud? Was somebody on iCloud?
Right.
Okay, fine. And all of that happened, and you won. Yeah, that's the way I've been looking at it because you came out in the second half and your adjustment was pronounced, and you came out defensively and you played a lot tighter to the line of scrimmage. You were a lot more aggressive in your run stopping. You played a lot more man-to-man, and you mentioned it before in the crossover. You confused Jared Goff on the big 4th and 3 late in the game where they thought it was man, and it turned out you were playing a man-zone combo, and you were playing zone underneath, and you were playing man over the top, and Goff didn't know what to do, and he threw it away on 4th down, and you had nothing. So
you can look at this two different ways. Yes, in the first half, in the opening couple of drives, the defense was not good. And I'm looking at the play right now, that reverse play with the fake away that Kyle was talking about, and you've got the 4 down linemen, and everyone else is about 8 yards off the line of scrimmage, and you're playing too soft. And I thought that was the adjustment they made at halftime. They stopped playing so far off the line. They started to really aggressively come after the run and come after the pass as well.
So that's what led to the questions that we were asking off the top, which is A, are the 49ers lucky to be here? And B, how would you answer the question if somebody just asked you, hey, are the Niners playing well? Niners playing well right now? They're in the Super Bowl. They're in the Super Bowl. They got the 1 seed. They got home field. They finished both games fantastically. Here they are. But it doesn't feel to me like it has fostered a whole lot of confidence in a lot of the fan base. I think a lot of you are surprised and trying to figure out why the Niners are favored in this football game, albeit not by much.
Yeah.
If the Niners and Chiefs had played even 4 weeks ago, Niners are favored by 5. Niners are favored by 5.
Yeah, and if the Niners would have done what the odds makers expected them to do and win by 10 or more in the opener and win by 7 or more this last Sunday, I think they'd be favored by 4 or 5.
Yep.
Again, even though the Chiefs looked really good beating Baltimore and they kind of survived Buffalo, it was a good game. 3 quarters of back and forth, and wow, what a football game. And then Buffalo made the one mistake you can't make, or a couple mistakes, and Kansas City actually made a big mistake in that one at the goal line too.
No doubt.
And then that game was a little bit up for grabs, and then they won it. So I think if the Niners win by 10 or more and by 7 or more, they're probably favored by 4 or 5, but they didn't.
Dale in Walnut Creek on this discussion. Hi, Dale. You're on with Willard and Dibs. What's up?
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's up? We're good.
Well, the 49ers are up. You know, I got a couple of comments to maybe explain what Mark's talking about. There was this movie by David Bowie many years ago called The Man Who Fell to Earth. I think the reason that some 49er fans may be feeling a little queasy is because we started out so hot, and then we just, we had that rough patch, and then the last 2 games. So I think it's logical if some fans are feeling that way, but twist it around. How do you think the KC fans are feeling? Like you pointed it out earlier, they were 4-4 after 8 games. They've not blown anybody out. I mean, they're not scoring 30 points a game or more. I think they're feeling similar to the way some of us do. And then, of course, there's the Patrick Mahomes factor. You can't discount this guy. So it seems pretty logical to me. What are your thoughts on that? Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah, Dale, appreciate it. I mean, this is what I think is leading us to a lot of what we're feeling right now. If you look at the season as a whole, the 49ers were better than the Chiefs. If you just spotlight the last 3 to 4 weeks, it feels like the Chiefs are playing their best football of the year.
Right.
And it does not feel that way for the 49ers. But I don't know if closing that gap is enough. The 49ers are a more talented team, and at their best this year have been way better than what the Chiefs' best was this year.
At their best, and that's a good way to put it, because the Niners haven't been, quote, at their best since maybe the Philadelphia game. And you look at Baltimore and even Washington, which was a win. The Rams, they didn't play their guys. Then they had a bye. Then Green Bay, they had to fight to win. And then Detroit, you played 1 good half and 1 really bad half. So how far back do you go until you see them at their quote-unquote best? And then you don't have to look too far past this last Sunday to see Kansas City at its best. They played a great game on the road against Baltimore on both sides of the ball to beat the Ravens.
To beat the Dolphins, the Bills, and the Ravens in a period of 15 days.
1 home, 2 road.
That's real good.
Yeah.
That's real,
no doubt.
real good.